We have Legendary Tiki, Halloween Myrrh, Winter Fae, and Duma. That doesn't look right. Hey everyone, and welcome to a unit review of our Anima Mythic Hero, Duma. You can argue that Duma isn't a hero, but think about it. Rigel wouldn't be strong without Duma's teaching. Harsh as it is. This review will go over his stats, skills, builds, and should you summon. Let's begin.
Fall to ruin!
Duma's the kind of guy where you're at the barracks with your friend, he comes up behind you, doesn't hit anyone, just stands there, menacingly. You turn around and before you know it, your soul is his. Duma is a colorless armored dragon. His attack is the first thing to stand out because it's base 40 attack, with a super boon. And guess what? His Fell Breath is a 16 might weapon that also gives plus 3 attack. Duma can reach 63 attack unmerged and with no buffs. I'm so happy that Mythic Heroes are in Tempest Trials or Training Tower. His defense and res are pretty solid and they work well with his high HP. His speed is on the lower side, which makes sense. Surprisingly, he isn't trainee boosted like Surtur, so he's stuck with 174 BST. When they said that Mythic Heroes were going to be godly, they were right. Duma's skills are godlike. He has wonderful synergy with his breath and sea skill. Duma has his Fell Breath, a 16 might breath that also gives plus 3 attack, and it has adaptive damage. Its special effect is at the start of combat, if the foe's HP is less than 100%, he gets plus 6 attack and res, and the foe cannot make a follow up. This is hella wild. He doesn't rely on initiation to get the effect, and it shuts down stuff like Bold Fighter, Vengeful Fighter, Brave Ephraim's Garm, Legendary Ephraim's Flame Siegmund, Winter Ephraim's Bold Fighter. Wow, Ephraim sure loves his follow-ups, huh? The biggest problem with this skill is that the foe needs to be under 100% HP. The easy option would be to get a Savage Blow ally or a Pain Plus healer. Yeah, Duma doesn't need that. His personal C skill, Upheaval, does 7 damage to all foes at the start of turn 1. There's no cardinal directions or stat limitations or anything. It just does 7 damage to all foes. Duma literally sets himself up. He doesn't need an ally because he just does it himself. Duma is the personification? Digification? Of the phrase, if you want something done, do it yourself. This damage helps Duma and his allies a lot. It's easier for them to knock out the foes. However, as much as it helps, it also hurts. There are some units, few units really, that can benefit from this damage. It can help them get closer to Desperation or Vantage range, Sealed Falchion users get their buff straight away, and if you're a dragon and you're helping Falchion users get stronger, yeah, that's not good for you. It's also the Alm Refined problem. The 7 damage does knock him out of his range. So, you'd think that Duma would be safe until you remember that Falchion has Renewal, and if Alm gets his double line, that means he's at 100% HP and the Fell Breath can't cancel his follow-up. This reminds me of Shadows of Valentia. Duma and his Fateful try to stop Alm. They get pretty darn close, but as soon as Alm gets that Falchion, oh goodbye Duma. Its other effect is pretty cool but very limited. This effect only works in Ether Raids and only during Anima season. When Duma is defending, the structure on the attacking side that's directly in front of him will be destroyed. Is this skill cool? Yeah! Is this skill hard to pull off because of its wacky limitations? Kind of. If it's not Anima season or there's no structure, this effect is kinda useless. It still retains the 7 damage as it's not part of the limitations. Going back to his Fell Breath, because it stops follow-ups, that works well with his special and B skill. Duma has Bold Fighter, which isn't uncommon anymore since it's on so many new armored units. With his special, Draconic Aura, which not only works well with his high attack, it also has a 3 cooldown. Duma attacks, the foe retaliates, and then Duma procs Draconic Aura. His A skill is Defense Res Solo. It's an interesting skill. When he's not adjacent to an ally, he gets plus 6 defense and res. But the problem is that most defensive units want to be near their allies. But it's still okay-ish, since you can still stack ward armors. You can also stack this with his Fell Breath that gives plus 6 attack and res. Moving on to builds, there aren't too many. Duma already has a solid setup and there's almost no need to change much. You can change Defense Res Solo for this encounter to deal with ranged foes or change his special to Iceberg. You want to pair him up with Chill or Ploy allies, they can support him from behind. Second build is a bit more expensive and focuses more on being near his allies. I don't know why, but I feel like the people of Rigel have stronger bonds than the people of Sophia. Like, Rudolph didn't fall into poverty, Rudolph helped his people. I don't remember King Lima doing anything good, it was just Milla. Anyways, Glittering Breath works very well with the bond skills, something that Duma can stack. With max Glittering Breath and double bonds, Duma will get plus 10 attack, plus 11 defense, and plus 11 res. Running Bonfire or Iceberg instead of Draconic Aura can also work since he's not as offensive. Third build is the Survive against the Horrible Alm. Swordbreaker and Deflect Melee stops Alm's double line attack. If there's a shield skill that protects dragons from super effective damage, run that. If Duma was a blue unit, he might have been able to stop Alm. Well, not sure about that actually. So, should you summon? Duma is a crazy strong unit that sets himself up. He also has defense res solo and both fighter to fodder. And if you want to feel special, you can run the entire color spectrum of armored dragons. On the other hand, Upheaval can also hurt himself. Defense res solo is kind of a meh defensive skill, and bow fighter is on a lot of other units. Also, you can get pity broken by Loki or Summer Lindy. That's it for this unit review. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe for more Fine Mirrors content and leave a like. Follow me on Twitter at exalt_high for upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and stay hydrated.